Hi and welcome to my channel. So when it comes to your personal and professional development, doing an apprenticeship is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Look, I cannot go on enough about the importance and why you should focus on getting an apprenticeship in the UK. And this is relevant whether you're already in this country, thinking about career progression, switching your visa, moving to another job, or whatever situation you're in, or you're still out of the UK but planning to move to this country, so you're aware of what the best opportunities are. Apprenticeships are the way to go. So in today's video, not only am I going to tell you the how, but I'm also going to tell you 3 reasons why apprenticeships are a must. And whether you're watching this for yourself, for your friends, for your family, for your loved ones, your kids, you must encourage them to gravitate towards those apprenticeships. So if you're new to my channel, obviously, you're welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, as usual, I appreciate your time. If you're implementing the things I'm talking about, I appreciate you even more. And so if you haven't joined this family, take this opportunity now to hit the subscribe button so that you're the first person to be notified every single day when I drop a new video on here at 10 a.m. prompt UK time. Also, by the way, I do have a newsletter. I've dropped a link in the comment section where I share information about things such as this directly to your inbox. It won't take you 20 seconds to join. You drop your name and email and you're part of that newsletter. I also share info about visa sponsorship opportunities to move to the UK without spending thousands of pounds, spending millions of money. Info about career progression opportunities in the UK. I'm passionate about career progression because for me, that's the only reason I came to the UK. I didn't come to the UK because I wanted to be a nurse, because I could have been a nurse wherever I was before, but it's because I wanted to succeed, to excel, to really have that excellence personally and professionally that I felt that I couldn't have had back home. So that newsletter, when you join, like I've said, I send that info directly to your inbox. You're also going to find my contact details on there. There's my WhatsApp number as well as my email address, so that if there's anything private and personal, do feel free to reach out, get in contact with myself, and we can then obviously discuss that further. So that's what it's really about. But if you've got any questions, queries, concerns, do leave that in the comment section below and I'll be able to join you there and we can discuss further as well. So when it comes to apprenticeships, what are they? So with an apprenticeship, you're working and studying at the same time. And the best thing about it is that your employer is paying your tuition fees and actually paying you to study. So these are endless. Like, this is just amazing. And when you're applying for jobs, you've got that confidence that not only do you have the skills, the knowledge, the certification, but you've got experience. And this is something that is very, very powerful. As you know, employers are moving away from degrees, qualifications, and all of that to skill, experience, and knowledge. And just to put some context here, by the way, I have just completed my apprenticeship in advanced clinical practice, which I did over the last 3 years. So this is my second apprenticeship in the UK. I did a previous apprenticeship in mentorship in nursing, so that was at master's level. So I've done 2 apprenticeships now, and when I completed the apprenticeship that I've just completed, I got my certificate at home, and it said from His Majesty's government, it went on about the Institute of Apprenticeships and technical education, and that made me to really reflect on that technical education. For me, that was a key word because I was thinking back home, when you think about people that are going to technical education, parents are just like, oh, this person isn't intelligent enough, so they can go and do technical education, learn a trade and things like that. That's what an apprenticeship is. In the UK, that is what is selling right now. Apprenticeship, on-the-job training, gaining the skill, the qualifications, as well as the knowledge that you need. Let me tell you, when you go to university, you get the knowledge, but you don't have the skill. And that's why 99.9% of people that go to university will not get a job for the thing they've studied. It's obvious because they don't have the, skill, even though you've got the knowledge. And so skill is what you need to do the job efficiently. Knowledge is needed, but skill is like 90% of what you need. And by the way, if you're watching this and you're wondering, I do have a private career coaching program. I've dropped the link in the description box below or the about section of this channel. If you have a look, you're going to find it there. I offer individualized, personalized, tailored, one-to-one guidance with free visa sponsorship opportunities in the UK. What are legit employers? How do you apply? Where do you apply? What about your CV? Your supporting information? Apprenticeships. I've got programs specific for apprenticeships, supporting you with your, that supporting information, templates, samples, so that it's easy for you to go through the process and that you know exactly what they need for the apprenticeship that you're applying for. I also offer guidance with career progression in the UK. You want those NHS jobs, clinical, non-clinical healthcare jobs. How should you position yourself? You know what I mean? My coaching program, by the way, is only for the top 1% of people. It's not for everybody, because I know that all of us want to progress, we want to succeed, but only 1% of us will actually take action on the things we want to achieve. So the other 99% of people are not my folk. So my focus is on the 1% of us that are willing to invest the time and energy that we need in order to progress. So if you're part of the 1%, then check out our coaching program, get in contact with myself, and get started with supporting you to get NHS jobs, apprenticeships, career progression in the UK, free visa sponsorship opportunities. If you're part of the 99%, keep watching YouTube videos after video after video and getting absolutely, I don't want to say the last word, but I mean, keep watching the videos. So just to put this into context, by the way, to put this into context, when was it actually? 4 years ago, just over 4 years ago, actually, when I wanted to do my current apprenticeship, I really struggled to get the apprenticeship. It took me 14 months to be able to get the apprenticeship. 14 months. And let me tell you something. When I eventually got the apprenticeship, it was the best thing ever, because I had struggled for 14 months to get the apprenticeship in vain, because it's not easy. It takes a lot of patience, and that's why I say career progression is only going to be for 1% of us, because what it takes to get into progression and get these positions, very few people are going to do that. And so, but when I did eventually get that apprenticeship, my employer was paying me over £50,000 per year while I was doing the apprenticeship, and they were also paying my tuition fees. So with lots more advantages. So do you think it was worth me dedicating 14 months of my life to find the apprenticeship and get those benefits, or do you think it wasn't worth it? The reason why I'm sharing this is because I know that many of us are always on the fast lane. Can I get this in the day? Can I get this in 2 days? Can I get this in a month? Career progression doesn't work that way. And that's why, like I say, only 1% of us will progress, because it is not something that you do in a day. It's taken me 13 years to progress from a carer to an advanced nurse practitioner. But I'm seeing people today who are like, hey, if I, can I become this next year? It's like, no, it's not going to take you a year. It's going to take you years, lots more. And this is why I'm just saying this to alert you, so that you can have realistic expectations and know that when you're choosing the right path, you need to be patient. The right path comes with a lot of patience. And because many of us are not patient enough, we're not going to make it. That is a reality, because it is what it is. And so one of the advantages as well with apprenticeships is the fact that you're gaining experience in the process. So when you're an apprentice, you're learning on the job. It's on the job training. That is powerful. That is something that is so valuable. And that's why when you're recruiting, if you have somebody who has done an apprenticeship, it is a no-brainer. That person will get a job. If you're going to university and you're paying tuition fees and studying and all of that, when you come out, look, they're going to tell you, we need 3 years of experience. And people who've gone to uni, they're like, yeah, but I'm just out of university. Where do you want me to get the experience from? Well, the truth is that there are people that have done the same course as you as an apprenticeship, and they have that experience that is needed. And they're going to give the job to those people. And you're going to still end up doing the odd jobs that you could have done in the first place without needing to go to university, spend your hard-earned money, time, energy. Worst of all, if you're on visa sponsorship, paying international student fees, but worse still, visa fees. Look, that's why I say when I'm doing these videos, I know that I go on about things. I stress about certain things. It's because of how important they are. But I understand that very few people really understand the things that I'm talking about because of the mad rush, and especially YouTube. YouTube is a rosy world where everything is easy. You can get things in 6 days. You can get this in 1 hour. Look, in real life, it takes work, effort, dedication to be able to succeed. YouTube, that's not the real life, I'm telling you. And I know this video is on YouTube, but I mean, it's not the real life. In the real world, people take time and dedication to succeed. That's what I'm saying. And that's why everything on YouTube is a mad rush. Oh, Melvis, can you just say this in 1 second instead of 2 minutes? Because while rushing about, like, all the rush, then what? Then it's going to lead to nothing. And that's why you see that My videos are dedicated to those 1% of people that are deep into personal development and into career progression. They're not for everybody. I keep saying this. There's some people that when they leave certain comments, I'm like, my videos are not for you. I'm sorry. They're not for you. You shouldn't be watching these videos because you don't get where I'm coming from anyway. Like, what's the point? It's not for you. Just move on. Because it takes time and people don't want to spend time. People don't want to imagine that if they are applying for a job, it can take them 6 months to get the job. But in the real world, that's what happens. You know, if you're watching this and you've been applying for a job, you know what I mean? How long has it taken you to apply for the job? How long did it take you from applying to getting the job? My apprenticeship took me 14 months to get the apprenticeship. 14 months from when I was like, I'm ready for this. It took me 14 months to get it, you know. And so, but when I did get it, like I say, I was paid over £50,000 per year, and my employer paid my tuition fees and all the support I needed to do the apprenticeship successfully. So, do you think the 14 months were worth it for me? Of course, it was worth it. I would have waited even longer, gladly and happily, because I know what I'm going to get at the end of it. And I think the mad rush that people have of the now, especially on YouTube world where everything is rosy and people are moving to the UK in 2 days and get a visa in 1 day, make £1 million in 3 hours. It doesn't work in real life. I'm sorry to say this, but it is what it is. So with an apprenticeship, what I'm saying is you need to be patient with the process. Even if you're looking for legit UK visa sponsorship jobs, you need to be patient with the process. That's why many people end up in the wrong hands, because of the rush. It takes time. If you're part of my private coaching program, you know what I'm talking about. How many times do we go to and forth with supporting information, CVs, talking to and forth about different opportunities? It takes time to achieve those goals. It doesn't take a day as it seems. And so when it comes to apprenticeships, therefore, you've got to be patient. It is worth it. Even if you're going to apply for a year, even if it's going to take you so long to get an opportunity, you're going to make it. It is the best option. And I'm going to tell you one thing. You don't do an apprenticeship because you can't afford it or you can't afford it. You're doing an apprenticeship because it's the best path to get the skills and everything. Also, you're not paying tuition fees, which is a bonus. It's a bonus as well. So that's another advantage. No tuition fees. So you don't pay any fees at all. There is no option to pay tuition fees, because I've had people approach me saying, Melvis, can I pay for the apprenticeship and do it? It is not possible. Because again, many of us like to cut corners. We think that everything is about money. We think that we can just get money and get what we want. The good thing is that in the UK, if you don't apply properly for those apprenticeships, you're not going to get it, because nobody's going to say to you, oh, just come and pay £5,000, I will give you an apprenticeship. It doesn't work. You need to understand what the apprenticeship is about. You need to understand the role. You need to prepare for the interview, which is very intensive. Like I say, I've got a specific program for apprenticeships. I know how much effort I put in with those people that are part of that apprenticeship program in order to get apprenticeships. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of one-to-one interview preparation. Like, all my weekends are spent on interview preparation for people that are going through apprenticeships in my coaching program, because it takes a lot. It's very competitive. You've got to be the best in order to get the opportunity. That's what I'm saying. But it's about starting from somewhere. It's about starting the process and the journey to begin to understand what it is that it entails. What are the different apprenticeships that are available, and what do you need for each one, so that you're getting closer to that goal, But that's what it's about. And there are different companies, obviously, that offer apprenticeships, both private as well as the NHS, So there are, you need to be able to gravitate towards those opportunities. Most of the private companies, like care homes, for example, domiciliary care, where most of us work, they will not support you with an apprenticeship because it's expensive, it's costly, it's time consuming. Why would they? They don't. Which means that if you are really interested having an apprenticeship to progress in your career, you need to be applying for other jobs through those employers that are able and willing to support you. And let me tell you, visa sponsorship shouldn't be what is holding you back. I did an apprenticeship while I was on visa sponsorship. I did an apprenticeship while I was on visa sponsorship, and it was simply considered as career progression. Nobody said to me, oh, Melvis, you can't do an apprenticeship because you're on visa sponsorship. No. And so this is something that many people get really concerned about. In my case, that's what I did, and nobody really, complained or said anything. So again, you need to be aware of what some of these opportunities are. It's hard to progress in this country. It's very challenging, but you need to dedicate the time that is needed in order to understand what the opportunities are and really go for the best. Because the other option is to do nothing, which is a lot worse. If you're working in a low paying job, which many of us are, if you don't put in the effort that is needed, it's going to be difficult to get out of that, and it's very, very challenging. And with the current government, policies, rules, and all of that, it's really going to be difficult in the next few years for everybody who is not progressing. So the earlier you get started with that process, the better for you. And by the way, if you're enjoying this content, just hit that like button. It lets me know you enjoy content like this, and obviously I should do more of it. But like I say, my videos are only for the 1% of people that, like me, are interested in career progression. It's not for everybody. So, it is not. If you're somebody who is not keen, you don't need to be here. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to be here, because you need to take action. You need to be able to be motivated. You need to know that things will take time. You need to know that life isn't all rosy, but you've got a goal. You've got where you're trying to get to. And in terms of the age, by the way, there's no age restriction with getting an apprenticeship. The older you are, the more experience you have. And what is better than bringing the life experience that you've gathered across the years into an apprenticeship? That's the whole point of it. Because again, some of us are always holding on to age. Oh my God, I'm 63. Oh, I'm 58. No, it doesn't matter. Just put yourself forward. You can as well be aging while doing something good for yourself, rather than age, achieving nothing, watching video after video, getting nowhere. It's not worth it. Time is going. Time is of essence. So do put yourself for those opportunities. Check out videos that I've done about specific apprenticeship opportunities. This video was really just to encourage you and to say apprenticeships are really, really worth it, and you should definitely consider it. And so obviously I'll see you in this video right here, where I've just shared some more information about other opportunities available so you can pursue them as well. I'll see you in this video right here.